If you're thinking about applying for PPHS but can't find a proper guide, this video is for you. I applied 12 times over 2 years and finally got a unit with a queue number of 197 out of 200. I'll walk you through the whole process, cost, what to expect and what to prepare based on my personal experience. PPHS stands for Parenthood Provisional Housing Scheme. It's mainly for couples waiting for their BTO. One of you also must at least be a Singaporean. Your combined income must be 7,000 and below. This is based on your income at the time of your BTO application, not your current income, so no need to panic if you've gotten a raise or you're earning more now. Based on those eligible criteria, you can probably tell that PPHS is meant to support couples with low income and the rental is way cheaper than open market prices. 2 rooms can cost from $400 to $550 per month, 3 rooms from $600 to $900, 4 room is 1.4k to 1.5k. Compare that to the open market. I was renting just a master bedroom for 1,350 per month, and 1-bedroom condos are easily 3k to 4k per month. Here's what my timeline looked like. I applied in February. Results were released on March 11. Flat selection was from March 17 to 25th. Mine was on the 25th because my queue number was unfortunately 197. Key collection and payment was from April 7 to 11. Under the new system, flat selection is done online, but key collection and payment are still done physically at HDB. Some questions you might have is whether you can postpone your move-in date. HDB says you can only hold your unit for up to 2 weeks after your appointment date. But when I collected my keys on April 10, the officer told me that my lease officially starts on May 1st and I could already move in. So actually April 11 to 30th is kind of a free period. It doesn't quite make sense, but the short answer is there's no point delaying for 2 weeks. Always go and recce the locations you're interested in before selecting your flat. Don't just rely on Google Maps. Look at the actual environment. Are there supermarkets around? Food nearby? What are the neighborhoods like? Any MRT nearby? Any construction or hoarding in the corridor? You might notice certain behaviors from neighbors that are hard to tolerate. These factors matter a lot when you start narrowing down the units that you actually want to choose. Normally people will go for 2-room or 3-room flats because those are a lot cheaper, and if you're just a 3-member family, you don't really need a 4-room flat. So these flats get taken up very quickly. But if you're like me, your queue number is 197, you're literally the last few people that gets to pick the flats. My advice is when you start applying for PPHS, you might not get it on your first try, but try to do up an Excel or do a tracker to see which are the popular areas that people aim for first in the previous exercises, so you can roughly gauge when it reaches your turn. At key collection, you will pay 1 month's rent, 1 month's deposit, and your stamp duty. In my case, I paid 1 month's rent of $700, 1 month's deposit of $700, and stamp duty of $92.40. The stamp duty is 0.4% times the entire period that is stated on your agreement. In my case, the calculation is $700 times 33 months times 0.4%. When you sign your lease, the end date of your lease is usually the PPHS site expiry. You may terminate your lease on or before the tenancy expiry date or within 4 months from date of taking possession of your BTO keys. In my case, the end date stated was 31st January 2028. But if I collect my BTO keys on January 2027, I will have to vacate the PPHS flat by April 2027. Some of you might also be wondering if both partners need to go down for key collection. No, only the main applicant has to go down. That's all for part 1 of my PPHS journey. Don't give up, even a bad queue number can get you a unit. Always go recce before applying. Budget realistically. There are always things you have to buy to fill an empty flat. Priority will always go to married couples with children. If you were under the fiancé-fiancée scheme while you applied for a BTO, your chances are much lower. In my case, I applied 10 times while under the scheme and had no luck. But after we got married, we managed to get a unit on our second try. I hope this video has helped. Let me know in the comments what other parts of the process you're confused about. I will try my best to help. Stay tuned for part 2 where I talk about what you need to do before and after moving in.